Don't get your feelings hurt. Read this.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Short Film Roundup.
Those are perfect levels.
Thank you.
Thanks. Welcome to Short Film Roundup. Thank you.
Welcome back to Payman's Void, the one and only place where you can listen to three cursed filmmakers analyzing your short films.
That's what I've always wanted to do.
That's what I always do.
It's pretty much, yeah. No opinion here.
All right.
It's just my life, okay? It's a life.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Welcome to Short Film Roundup, where we talk about films and stuff.
We already went over that.
Oh.
If you happen to be watching this in our Facebook group, Film Alchemist, congratulations. You're experiencing the very best way to watch Short Film Roundup, and we look forward to seeing your engagement right below this video. Chime in, tell us anything we may have missed that you picked up on in the film. Give us your opinions, make fun of us, whatever. If you're watching this on YouTube, come on over to what do we call it? Film Alchemist.
Yep.
Come on over to Film Alchemist. We have a really awesome time there talking about deep philosophical concepts behind what makes movies work.
There's a link in the description if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, then congratulations.
You're already there.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully you have already seen the movie we're covering right now. If you haven't, click the link. Go watch it and come back because we're going to talk about a movie. And if you haven't seen it, you're just going to feel dumb.
True.
Let's talk about it.
You don't want to feel dumb, do you?
What's the film we got today?
Today,
Repeat offender.
we have a film from Inderdeep.
Hell yeah.
Love Inderdeep.
Inderdeep's the best.
Inderdeep.
Is this his second or third?
Third.
I feel like
It's his
this is
third
third
film.
or fourth. Yeah.
It's his third.
Third film from Inderdeep. And this one's called Akshay Singh, Outmatched. We think it might be a webisode.
Could be, yeah. Which is a little bit
We don't know
problematic.
for sure. Typically,
If it is.
Typically, we don't do episodics.
Yeah, because we want to focus on singular
Standalone short films
short film
because
structure,
how the story structure works, that all kind of falls apart if we don't have the whole story.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna make an exception for you, Inderdeep, because you're Inderdeep.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're royalty.
You're practically family to us. Let's do it.
All right.
Wait. Never mind.
Yes?
No.
Yes?
No,
Did you need me
no.
to speak?
No.
Well, this is where you take the reins.
I was supposed to take the reins for the beginning.
Supposed to.
What to say about this film? This is a short little action flick that seems to be predicated on just creating an action scene. And that might be because what we talked about, where it might be a series, and this is like just the opening.
All set up, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no ending. in this
Right,
movie.
right. So, yeah, so we basically have no narrative. We have no beginning, middle, end. We have pretty much all beginning.
It also could be that he wanted to set up a scenario for shooting a fight scene.
Right.
Like
That's the
maybe he
impression
just
I got.
wanted
That's the impression I got,
just
too.
wanted to experiment with doing a fight scene.
And if it is just a fight scene, I feel like it's not a short film then.
And a little side thing.
Yeah.
If there is an episode 2 of this, we will not be taking it,
That is correct.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Even though you're family,
Yeah.
Inderdeep.
But
So-
any standalone thing, we'll take it.
But specifically, what can we learn from this movie?
Here's what's good with this movie. The sound is really good because the punches sound real and they're low quality sound effects, so they fit with the onboard mic or whatever mic setup was going on, so it all sounded consistent. The choreography of the fighting was
Above average.
pretty well done, and it looked like the punches connected, and that's a big thing for me because I don't like when
You
punches
see,
look
pulling punches is
Yeah.
not satisfying.
gotta
at
go all the way. So it looked like these were real punches. So here's where the movie falls apart, is that this movie does not abide by the age-old show do not tell rule. This is a movie that tells everything, and it sets up, the first scene is literally just like, my best friend was killed by this drug lord gang, and now I'm gonna go get revenge. we don't see any of that. We don't see who the best friend was. We don't see how he got died. We don't see why they were involved in any of this.
Yeah.
We're just told this piece of information, and then we see some people standing in a parking lot, and the only reason we would assume that these guys are gang related or drug related is because we were told it a second ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there's really nothing to differentiate these people from any three people talking in a parking lot.
Well, and it just looks like they're literally talking.
Like
Yeah,
they're
it doesn't
just
look like
hanging out.
they're up to no good.
Yeah, it looks like they're hanging out. And
hanging
he just
out.
like...
He just jumps in and he's an assaulter.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you hit it on the head. The only reason the audience knows these are the bad guys is because he told us.
Yeah.
And that is a failure in visual storytelling.
Yeah, which is just the ultimate cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Of, you know,
I would say that
filmmaking.
it goes beyond that with a sense of given a proper context here. It does indeed like visual storytelling, but one of the things that just, for example, like the rock here, that doesn't really work. We see a rock in the middle of a street that has no other rocks.
Yeah.
There's no reason to believe that this rock was here.
We didn't see it come there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very broadcasted that it's right where he'll be able to reach from where he is.
It's just this tremendous amount of contrast where we're just like, okay, why does this object exist in this context? And context is a big thing here. That's the reason why the rock doesn't work. It's the reason why we don't have drug dealers. It's the reason why the fighting doesn't make much sense.
The rock comes out of nowhere. It's not established at all, and there's a million ways you could have established it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if like one of the three guys in that circle was just holding the rock and just throwing it up in there and catching it.
Yeah.
Like that alone
Right, yeah.
would have made perfect sense.
And again,
for why that
it
rock
doesn't
was
have
there.
any explanation.
Yeah.
You know,
But you're not thinking like,
but
why
now
is that
yeah,
rock
you
there?
don't stop and go, why is that guy holding a rock?
Yeah, you're like,
then
oh,
he
he's
gets
just playing with
punched,
rock.
it falls to the ground, he falls down next to the rock, and now it all glues together.
Yeah.
But just having that rock there, D, you had mentioned that, like, it almost gives the film a surrealism, right? Where it could be like, this could be a dream or a fantasy, and it all would hold together still.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't, if we were told that this was all supernatural somehow, that wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah. Well, nothing. That's what was weird about this is that while I was watching it, I genuinely did enjoy the film, but it was because of different reasons that I believe that the filmmaker wasn't trying to do. And I think when that happens, it's because of the failure of setting up proper things to make sure you understand, emotional things that are happening here. You understand that this guy is a hero, or you understand that why he's fighting. You understand who he's fighting. And I think because of all these random things here, like the rock and like the idea that he's just fighting, it feels like a dream. It feels surrealistic. It feels like there's nothing.
Nothing feels real.
Nothing concrete. Yeah.
There's no evidence to tell you that anything's real.
Right. Nothing to suggest that any of this is meaning anything.
Especially when the head honcho shows up and he says, I believe the exact line is like right as soon as these guys are done, he shows up and the line was like so you're the one who's been messing up things, which implies a few things, which implies that our main character has been going out fighting people for a long time and messing with stuff, or that somehow this head honcho guy has like telekinesis and was able to communicate and know that they were under attack.
Yeah.
Which again, like, how would he know to show up there?
Yeah. And these are all questions that we have because nothing was shown.
Yeah.
And I think the right way to do a story like this is to make the emotions the star as opposed to the fight scene the star. The fight scene could have had so much more impact if we felt what the guy felt. You know, that's the real missing piece here is he dropped something really heavy on us, like, I'm doing this because my friend was murdered and I want to avenge him.
Yeah.
Now, if only we went with him on that journey in some way, and you could do that in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Then this fight scene that follows has some meat to it, has some stakes to it. We're rooting for him now. At this point, I'm not rooting for him because I don't even know if he's telling me the truth. Maybe he's crazy. Maybe he's delusional. We don't know. There's just nothing here to go on. Also, we talked about how nothing's really shown, and a part of that I think has to do with just the production level here of just those three guys who are the drug dealers in the parking lot very much just look like three guys who showed up as they were. This is just who they are. It's what they look like. It's what they do. So it's not very believable. It's a small production. I get that. But there's little things you could do to just really sell things a little bit better.
Yeah.
And the biggest example of opportunity missed to me was when he struck the other guy in the head with the rock. So we already said they landed hits pretty well in the fight scene. And choreographing a fight scene is really hard, and especially making it look decent. But that clock to the head with a rock and having the guy get up and not have a mark to show for it was a huge break in my suspension of disbelief. And it would have been so easy to have just a dab of fake blood.
Yeah.
Just a little, even if it's just on his hand.
Yeah.
To show that there was a consequence to that blow. But swinging a rock full force at a guy's head has to have a consequence. And it would have just been a very easy way to give a little bit of weight.
I would agree. I'd agree.
I'm thinking.
Well, in terms of the overall lesson of this piece, I think you hit the nail on the head that this is screaming show don't tell.
Yeah.
Right? And it's cool that we have a good fight scene, but it's just cool.
Like, even if, like, instead of we get the voiceover at the beginning, like, we see him and his best friend, like just walking down the back alley. We start there, and we establish their friendship.
Like,
and
we
then
don't even have to see that.
Die,
We could see him at the grave of his best friend, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to cast the best friend.
Yeah. But the point is that there's two examples that could be done with $0.
Yeah.
That you could still do and have your fight scene be exactly the same as it is, but feel more weighted in reality and more investment from the audience because we understand what's at stake.
It almost felt like they went out and shot a fight scene for the sake of shooting a fight scene, and then later he came up with some context as to why they had a fight scene.
That is what it feels like,
Yeah. It definitely does feel like an excuse to do a fight scene.
Yeah.
Like, the first and foremost, they're like, I want to do a fight scene.
Right.
And then
if that's your objective, mission accomplished.
Yeah, because that's how you practice, you know?
Right.
That's how you practice filmmaking.
See, now this is where I get kind of lost on this film because it's not... I don't feel like this film was trying to tell a narrative, and I don't feel like it was trying to do anything that regular short films do.
No, it's either he has a narrative in mind and we stopped short of it because he's planning on doing episodes, or it literally was, let's just make some kind of setup for a fight scene. And I just want to see how that goes.
Right.
And in that sense, it's not really a traditional short film. It's not a story, which means there's not a lot for us to say about the story.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I really enjoy Inderdeep's films. I when I see his work, I feel like I'm looking back in time at many of the productions I put together with my own friends. I think you guys have said similar things. And I've enjoyed seeing him progress with each piece he sent us. I think this is the best editing we've seen thus far.
Yeah.
It's the best sound mix we've seen thus far.
Definitely sound.
Yeah. And so it's fun.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. There's definitely, like, again, we've said it, like, I think in every episode we've talked about the genuity that Inderdeep has. And that always comes through.
Anyways, as I was saying, it's been really fun to watch Inderdeep progress. And it's been really fun to see his, like, guerrilla filmmaking style.
Yeah.
Especially, I think he said he's from Bakersfield. But he's in, like, a lot of locations that look a lot like places that you shot your early films at, like in Elk Grove.
Yeah.
And so it just all hits home.
Yeah.
For me.
I definitely want to see a film from Inderdeep that like really nails these story components.
I feel like he nailed that the best with his very first movie.
My Guy Mordecai, yeah.
Yeah, and
definitely.
I wonder if comedy is a stronger suit. For both this movie and the previous one, which was also meant to be drama, we all said that there were elements that came across as funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Inderdeep really is genuinely a funny person, and that it's hard to keep that out of his work.
Yeah.
Questions.
Answers.
Ask a question to Inderdeep now. This is the part of the program where we ask questions directly to the filmmaker, and if you have questions for Inderdeep, please post them. Go, D.
Yeah?
Ask something.
All right. Inderdeep, what was the purpose of you making this specific film?
Bam!
Was this a film or was it a scene? Did you really just want to do a fight scene? You guys at IBK Productions, is there something bigger going on here with the whole Outmatched subtitle? Is this episodic?
Is this episodic? Is this episodic?
Ooh, those are good questions, man.
What is IBK Productions? Is that you? Or is that you and other people?
No, it's just.
Or is it just you?
It's just Inderdeep.
It could be. I've done that.
There's a picture of 3 guys in the avatar.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. See,
Inderdeep, you've now sent us a comedy and 2 dramas. And I'm wondering, of the 3, which one gave you the most joy in making it?
This one.
That's the question. You're answering it?
Yeah, it's this one.
Oh, no.